Watch this guy, Christian Craig. You're not supposed to be lined up, not parallel with the rut in front of you, which he is, but I wish this was a little bit more HD. I don't believe he did anything wrong. However, if we go in slow motion, we see him make a quick adjustment right at the start, and he is the only rider that misses the actual rut. And was that on purpose? Probably. That was probably on purpose because there is a gnarly hole right there, and he had number one gate pick, so he knew what he was doing. Stealing a line from the GOAT himself, the tail of the take is really about Tomac going from to beast mode yet again. And how did he do it? Well, he did it by changing up 2 rhythms. He was the only rider doing it, so I want you to pay close attention. Well, after he passed a few guys, they went, that's actually a really good line, so I'm going to take that. But the first one is his line through the whoops. This was after he was already going backwards in the main event. You can see how everybody is just funneling to the inside. This track was incredibly one line because the mass majority of the corners were 90s. It made it hard to pass, hard to switch things up. Well, he decides to go wide, and as opposed to going through the crappy part of the whoops that are all chewed out, so you just fishtail, he makes the decision to, I'm just going to jump across the ruts and sweep to the inside where the whoops are clean. Nah. And this is what enabled him to pass many riders. You can see as he's getting around Roxon here, switches, cuts right over those ruts, and gets into the clean set of the whoops so he can be on top of them. The next section, which honestly, when I first saw it, might have been slower, but because of how the track forms and you get deeper and deeper ruts in the transition, it was an extraordinary idea to implement. So you can see the main line has been going outside, triple on off, or you could go double step over. And what Tomac does is he slows down. He singles. Then, as opposed to just jumping on top of the tabletop, he jumps over it completely. Right? And why is that special? Well, look, there is no ruts. There's absolutely no ruts in the transition there. It is a clean section for him now. Now he can triple where no rider was doing this, because you can see Jason Anderson step off, then he's going to triple just like Roxon is here. Right. And now Tomac again, here's another triple where it's nice and clean for him. Pretty freaking cool. Be like Tomac. Head over to puremoto.com. Search over 1.3 million items in stock before you drive. It's simple. Search what you want to buy, find the shop nearest to you, check out or call them. It's that simple. Head over to puremoto.com. Watch the bike control and aggressive riding by Pierce Brown on the 250 main event. He is this guy right here. You can see it as the gate drops. He leans over on his competition. It's typical. Just take the line away, and they have to slow down and potentially get taken out. That is just how professional racing is. If you have the line, boom. What's helpful and what saves these guys the majority of the time is having a long rut. But if you're ever at a local track or something and you're next to a fast guy, chances are he's going to just try to get an inch on you and move right over on you. But if there is a long rut there, he won't be able to squeeze you off near as quickly. These 2 lines in the sand section were probably my favorite of the night, even though that the sand section really wasn't a full sand section, but I digress. You know, Johnny, I digress. We've got Jason Anderson, and watch what he does is he uses the berm, or basically the tough blocks, to go around the first mogul of the sand so that he doesn't get any air off of it. He just scrubs it, and then that way he can then double the next one. Very, very intuitive. Then we have Kenny, very different riding style, a little bit more stiff on the bike, but very smooth and fluid. What he decides to do is use one of the braking bumps right before the berm itself to create a double section. Typically on a Supercross track, a quad is always faster, but not in Seattle. The path of least resistance of slowing down to not go to the outside ended up being the fast line, but it was difficult for the 250s to jump this. We can watch Pierce Brown go triple and then quad into the corner. And as the night went on, there got to be even deeper ruts here, which we didn't see riders do as much of. But most of the 250 guys ended up casing this pretty hard. It was still the only quad being hit. It was the biggest hit in Seattle. If you have made it this far, make sure on your way out you leave a comment and hit that subscribe button. This channel is going WFO thanks to you guys. Last but not least, I tend to have Kenny as one of the last aspects that we look at, and this was actually Barcia and Kenny. Watch Barcia as he sits down to triple to seat bounce, and he just hits a gnarly rut. It's just he G's out, and his bike's not able to get any lift, so he isn't able to clear the triple. Watch Kenny behind him. He's able to make the triple nice and smooth. So Barcia cases it hard or just over jumps barely. Now he jumps right into Ken's line, and this could have been incredibly bad, especially for Kenny. We don't want to see him get injured ever again. He has to slam on his brakes so he doesn't just jump into the frame of Barcia. Super scary moment. And he, at the last second, jumps over. And unfortunately, this was the downfall of his night. He end up going backwards from here.